Hey everybody, welcome to the Things That Move Me YouTube channel. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the pens. So let's uh, let's go over that real quick. So these are three pens that are basically always talked about when you're looking at entry level, inexpensive but still functional fountain pens. This one here is a Lamy. I like to call it Lamy, but I believe it's pronounced Lamy. And this is a Safari. Has a nice modern, unique look to it. You can see that it kind of has a little bit of that triangle thing going on here. That's basically for your grip. It's supposed to help you with how you hold it. It's got the nib up here, and then it has a little window right here, so you can see how much ink you have left in there. So this one still has a good amount of ink. I haven't used it in about a week, so it was kind of sitting there. The other cool thing about this pen is the clip. Because it's so long and a little bit flexible that way, it's very easy to fit in your jeans or a shirt in a bag or whatever. So it's a look that some people don't really love and some people think it's amazing, so it just depends on your style. I never liked this look until I actually had it and I started using it. It's very functional, and the great thing that I like about these guys is their nibs. Even though these are not very expensive nibs, they are very smooth writers right out of the gate, and they just work, So I just go and I start writing with them, and I'm good to go. So this one, I'm sure you can't see it on there. Let's see if it's a Fine. Now this is a European brand, so the Fine is basically what a Fine is. And then these other two are basically the same thing. They're both Pilot Metropolitans. This one was from their Animal collection, and this is their Standard, which I think there were 3 colors initially with this one. Then they've come out with a bunch of different collections. They have a pop collection and some retros, a few other collections as well. Now, this one is very lightweight. The Safari lineup is awesome, especially for beginners and people that like to collect. They come out in a bunch of colors, and every year they have a special edition series. So you can see that it says Lamy right on the end there. This is just a standard white. They have a bunch of colors that are nice too, and then there's a slightly higher end version of this one, which is called the Lamy All-Star, and the AL stands for aluminum. I haven't purchased one yet. I do have my eyes on a really nice copper orange one that was a special edition, I believe 2 years ago, so it's kind of hard to find. You have to get it used or from somebody else because they don't have them in stores anymore. That's the only one that I'd consider. The price range for these is somewhere around 20, 25, possibly less. And on the All Stars, those jump up to about 35 to 40. Depends where you're looking. Obviously, you can always find stuff on sale. These guys, the Metropolitan, I'm going to show you. I'll show you this one first. It's kind of like a silverish with a little bit of gold, I guess, something like that. And this one, I'm sure you can't see that. It's actually a very wet nib. This is also a Fine. But because this is a Japanese brand, these ones run a lot narrower. So that's one thing to note. Definitely find out by trying a pen in the store and seeing how you like to write and seeing how thick you want your writing to be. Always note that the Japanese nibs run a little bit thinner than the European or American nibs. So this one was a Fine, or is a Fine, sorry. And then this one here is a medium. So I basically got I got this one first, knowing that I liked fine, and then I didn't realize till later that the fine ones in the Japanese pens are actually much finer. So that's why when I went and got this one later, I got it a medium. So these ones are actually less expensive than this, even though to me this looks a little classier, a little bit more modern, just business casual, I guess. These are about $15 to $20, so they're about $8 to $10 cheaper than the other ones, but depends what you want. Both of these are right amazing. So if you're ever looking for a new pen, something above the disposable pens, something that's pretty decent. You definitely want to look at both of these brands. So there's Pilot and Lamy. Now, Pilot and Lamy make other entry-level models that are going to be a little bit cheaper and maybe a little more plasticky. And obviously they'll have lineups that are much higher end. These are the two that I would look at right from the get-go. You'll find a lot of people that are into this hobby are going to have a ton of experience with these. They're very easy to find. I know these ones you can find at most Staples, some Office Max, Office Depots. These ones you do have to go to a specialty store just because they're a little bit more of a collector item than a everyday type of pen, and it's a great place to start. So this is just a really brief introduction. I just wanted to kind of talk about both of them because they are very nice pens. Easily you can show somebody this pen here and they'll think it's like a $30 pen just because it does have a really nice finish. You got the cigar shaped here on both ends, and then you got a nice little pattern here. The grip area here, it does not have that triangle like the other one does, but it is very comfortable and it has a little lip, so it tells you how close you want to be. But everybody holds the pen different. That's why you really want to have one of these in your hand. Some hold it right at the end, some like to hold it further back. Some people kind of cross their fingers a little bit. So if you're looking at this kind of pen here, as I noticed before, it does have that triangular shape right there. So make sure that feels comfortable to you. If it doesn't, then maybe it's not the right pen for you. But these are very lightweight. They're very fun. Oh, I wanted to add one more thing. Like I said, there is so much to know about these things, so I don't want to go on and on and on. Lamy uses their own cartridges. And actually I changed this one out to their converter because I've been playing around with different inks. So this allows you to put different inks in there, basically whatever kind of ink you like. Looks like I got a little bit of ink on my finger, but that's okay. But this will not come with a converter. It's going to come with a little cartridge. And Lamy does have some cartridges. I think they only have like maybe like 6 colors, and that's basically their lineup. So that's something to note. So it's a really entry way to get into it. Pilot, I'm going to open this one up. Let's see. Pilot uses a cartridge as well, and they use the Pilot brand there. So when you're looking at this level of pen, most of them are going to have cartridges to use, which are easy. You just buy like a pack of 5 or something, and you just pop them in, and you just start using them, and it keeps things really easy. As you progress through the hobby, you'll start wanting to use different kinds of ink. You'll want to try like all sorts of different colors and shades because the inks are there's as much variety in inks as there are in pens, if not more. And there's inks from all over the world that you can try. And if you have the right converter, so you can actually pull the ink right from one of the ink reservoirs, then I would say that's the best way to go, which is why I did end up getting the converter here, because I do want to try different kind of inks and find the perfect ink for me. I don't like having like all of them having the same color because there's no point, If you have a variety of pens, maybe have a variety of colors for special situations. So these are very simple. They work great. I like them. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about fountain pens with these pens here and some of the other ones that I started out with. But these are my go-tos. Definitely, you know they're gonna work. You know they're gonna write. This one's very fine, so I know that one's gonna have small rating. This one's gonna be a little bit broader. These are about the same, but they have different colors. So I like to have different pens, different colors, different widths, and everything, so I can distinguish them. You know, so I use them for different situations. But this is great. So this is a great hobby. I'm going to continue doing some more videos on some of the other ones that I have, and then talk about, you know, the differences, what makes one better than the other, or my experiences with them. So I look forward to making some more videos for you guys. So please stay tuned and feel free to ask any questions underneath. Thank you.